Hello my people, how are you doing? How are you doing? I'm always so excited to connect with you, seeing your likes, your comments, your questions. Thank you so much for those who have shared the videos with your friends. Now, as you can see, today we are going to talk about money matters. Money, okay? So some of you have been asking, tell us how much money does a nurse earn in the United States? Now, the issue of how much money a nurse earns in the United States can sometimes be a little bit complicated to understand. But I can assure you that I have enough experience as a nurse educator, and because I am a teacher, I can explain to you everything in simple terms for you to understand. So if this is something that you're interested in, please come over with me to the computer and we go over some presentation. So as I promised, we are going to discuss the salary of a nurse in USA. I know many of you are preparing, working hard on your NCLEX, reading hard, preparing for your English exam, but how much will this effort reward you when you come here? So let's go straight to the topic, and yes. So the salary of a nurse here in America is between 35,000 to 120,000 per year. So as you can see, there is a huge variation between the lowest and the highest. So you are asking yourself, why does this happen? So I'm going to explain to you why. There are so many factors that determine what the salary, there are so many factors that determine what the nurse will earn. Um, so I'm going to explain to you why there is that variation, and it's because there are so many factors that determine the nurse's salary. So when we go to what the nurse earns per hour, the nurse will earn between $26 and $110 per hour. So here in America, salary is, or payments are done in hours. So uh, they determine what you're going to earn per hour. So time means money. Kind of what the saying you've always heard, that time is money. Yes, time is money here in America. So when you come here, most likely you are going to come with an agency like O'Grady Payton, Avant, Interstaff, MediPro. There are so many recruitment agencies, and your starting salary will be like $30 per hour. So that is what you will be earning as an agency nurse. However, with time, your salary will go up and increase. Maybe by the time you finish your contract, you will be earning about $35 per hour. And after your contract, the salary will definitely skyrocket, because then you will not be an agency nurse, you will be a staff nurse somewhere in a hospital. So you'll be paid like other nurses who work there. The other issue is that you will have experience. Imagine 3 years of experience in America plus the years of experience you have at home. That's a lot of experience. They will have to consider a high hourly pay for you. So what are the factors that influence nurse salary? One is hours worked per week. As I said, the more time you spend at work, the more money you get. That's how it works here. More hours worked, more money. Time means money. I think some of our countries should start this system. It makes people workaholic, because imagine you are like, what about if I did another shift? Maybe I would earn more. The other factor is the state where you work. In some states, the pay is high. In some states, the pay is low. But the principle for you to understand here is that wherever you are in a place where the cost of living is high, the hourly pay will also be high. The other factor is specialty, ICU nurses, operating room, cardiac catheterization. Um, those are some of the specialties where really the pay is high. But maybe if you work in a nursing home, your hourly pay will really be lower than those specialties. Then staff nurse or travel nurse. So staff nurse, to explain this to you, the staff nurse will earn less than the travel nurse, because the staff nurse means you are permanently employed in a single hospital. You are there as their own. They can call you anytime. Um, they have ownership over you as their employee. But travel nurse travels, like the name suggests, travels to different places for short-term contracts. Okay, it may be 12 weeks, it may be more months, but it's gonna end in a few months, and then they will have another contract. So the travel nurse earns more than the staff nurse, but the staff nurse may have more benefits, like maybe regarding retirement, regarding different insurance. Yeah. Then the shifts worked, a nurse who worked night shift is earning higher than the nurse who works day shift. Then certifications, if you are certified in your specialty, like certified ICU nurse, certified cardiac uh, nurse, then you are earning more than the nurse who is just a plain training. Okay. So this talks about the highest paying states in America. For example, if you work in California, you expect on average to earn about 124,000 per year. That will be your salary. Um, you can see other states that are also paying highly. New York is there in number 8, number 5, Alaska. Yeah, so there are also other states which pay really low, like one of them I know is Mississippi. But as I said, wherever a state pays lower, it also means the cost of living in that state, like rent, is also low. So let's go to one of the factors is hours worked per week. As I said, more hours, more money. So the maximum you can work is 72 hours, honestly. The maximum a human being can work here in America is 72 hours. That is 6 days in a week. But now, 6 days will also be stressful somehow. However, if you're a superhuman, you can come here and work the 7 days, 7 days a week. However, I have put for you a warning that means you're gonna get stressed, you're gonna get burnt out, you're gonna get mentally sick. You are gonna get you will essentially die early because work here in America is very stressful. Yeah, so it's good to have a day of rest. Even God gives us one in seven. So remember that, okay? And then so we have the other factor being hours worked a week. So like when you come here in America as an agency nurse, welcome to America, and then you will start working maybe for Avant, and maybe your starting pay is $30. So they require minimum that you work at least 36 hours a week. Yeah, so for you, if you are like, me, I've come to America to enjoy, I'm gonna work only the minimum required, you work 36 hours a week, and the rest of the days you are enjoying life, then that means that at the end of the month, you are going to have 144 hours. If we multiply that times $30, which you are earning per month, I mean, if we multiply 144 hours per month times $30 per hour, it brings you to 4,320 per month. So that is your salary, that's your gross. Now, after taxes, you'll be taxed and you will take home 3,400. So that is for a nurse who is enjoying life, really, yeah? Because for sure, this money, about 60% goes to expenses, and then the rest is what remains for you to save, send home, yeah, and work on self-development. So if you want to develop more, then you will need to work harder. You will need to add more days. Okay? Yeah, especially if you have a family, this money, even 80% of it may go for expenses. Yeah, but I have good news for you, is that if you have a family, this money that has been taken by the government as taxes will come back. Uh, the government will refund you at the end of the year. It's called a tax refund for people with families. For people with families, you, even if you don't have a family, you may get a lesser, a small refund, like maybe $200. Or if you work even harder and harder, you may be owing the government some money, and the government may decide that you pay. In other words, the government is saying, why did you work this hard? Or why did you make this a lot of money in a year? We are demanding more 1,000 from you. Okay, I'm just putting the words in a funny way, but I hope you understand. Yeah, so it is beneficial to come to America with a family. It will give you a bigger tax refund. All right. So the other issue that determines what you will earn is not really strictly your hourly pay, but also there are other issues called differentials. For example, I have said that you will be required to work at least 36 hours a week. But if you work and you exceed 40 hours a week, then um, the hospital will multiply your hourly pay times two. For example, if you are earning $40 per hour, the hospital will give you $80 per hour. So if you have like 10 hours worked over on top of the 40 hours, that means 10 times 40. Okay, that's $400 in addition to what you're gonna earn. So that's a good. I hope that gives you an insight regarding overtime, and also gives you an insight regarding why people here keep going for work. Americans are workaholic. They keep going for work because there is more reward when you work overtime. You are paid double. Okay. So then there is a night shift differential. So depending on the employer, you may get additional dollars for working night shift. Okay. It may be maybe $6. So if you were to earn $40 per hour, then you're gonna earn $46 per hour. There is also what we call a holiday differential. For example, if you work Christmas, that's an official holiday. Then many hospitals have policy that you earn times two your salary. So if your hourly pay is $50, you are gonna earn $100 for each and every hour you work on that day. There is also weekend differential. Okay, so if you work on weekend, they are gonna add you some dollars to motivate you to work on weekend, because people here don't like working on weekends. People like going out, enjoying with their families. So that's why there is that motivation. So I'm gonna take you through working hard. I mean, so I'm gonna take you through working smart and maximizing your income. And this brings us to what we call travel nursing. So after your contract with your agency, you have been here in America for some time, you may want to try travel nursing. Now, travel nursing is the most rewarding financially here in America. So you can potentially earn 5,000 a week. Uh, these nurses work on contracts of about 12 weeks, and they are given a stipend. So if you travel, say you are in New York, but you're traveling to California to do a travel nurse job there, your agents will give you maybe like $1,500 as stipend for travel, for most likely they will pay travel, but for food, for rent, okay? So that one is additional money in addition to the salary you're gonna get, okay? So some nurses even try to live in a cheap, mediocre way so that they save more of that stipend. Yeah, so there is a lot to earn when you are a travel nurse. There is also local travel nursing, and this is a nurse who works in a nearby area. For example, you went to Minnesota, okay? You are from Kenya, you are like, me, there are so many people I like here. This is a place I want to stay for long. I like, there are friends here. I can't leave. I can't do travel nursing. So there is an option of local travel nursing. In other words, you can work in hospitals near you with a travel nurse agency. What you will be missing is the stipend, but you will be earning higher. Your hourly rate will be higher, maybe like $90 per hour, between around $60 to $90 per hour. Yeah. So what nurses do is to get there in Minnesota where you want to stay, you get a job, as a job where you are a staff, permanent staff, and get all those benefits of being a staff, but you also get some hours off that job to be a travel nurse, which is a local travel nurse contract. So this job gives you an opportunity to be a permanent staff nurse with many benefits. And then the other job, it gives you an opportunity to earn high. So for this first job, you give it 3 days. The other job, you also give it 2 to 3 days. That's how nurses maximize their earnings. Okay, so that is something you need to think about. So because I'm a teacher, I cannot leave here without giving you an exercise which will help you to understand well how your paycheck will be calculated. So, an ICU nurse working in the state of California has two jobs. Calculate her last salary in the last month given the following information. So this nurse has two jobs. Job one, she's being paid $50 per hour, and she worked there 3 days of 12-hour shifts. And one of those days was Christmas. And remember, in their hospital, the policy is holiday, you are paid double the rate. Okay. So job two, she's being paid $75 per hour because it's a local travel. It's a local travel job. And there she worked only 2 days, but they were 12-hour night shifts. So let's see when she worked on her permanent job. She worked week one, week two, week three, and all of them were 12-hour shifts. That means every week she got 36 hours. And then that means that she was earning 1,800 per week. That was her earnings per week. But when it came to week four, it was complicated because there was a Christmas. So for the 2 days she worked, you can see that she earned 1,200. But when we add, when we consider the other shift that she worked 12 hours and it was a Christmas, then she was earning double this. So it was 2,400 instead. So in total for that month, she earned 7,800 from that job. Now let's go to job 2. For job 2, she worked only 2 days, and she worked 24 hours there, and she was earning, for every hour she worked, she was making $70. So that means 96 hours she made there. I mean 96 hours she worked for that month times the $70, which comes to 6,720. Okay, so let's see how much money does this nurse collect all at once at the end of the month. So when you add what she earned from the first job to what she earned from the second job, she made 14,520. But as I said, this money was then taxed, and then she took home 11,616. So that's what she made. She took home. Now, this is money available for her to spend on her bills and other developmental projects. So, what do you think? Are you motivated or you are demotivated? Tell me in the comments below, okay? So that I can know whether you're coming or you have refused to continue with the process. All right, thank you so much for being here.